Hello everyone, and welcome back to a new episode of Dungeon Crawl Stone Soup. We're playing a Felid Fire Elementalist of FeFE, and did we finish Orc in the... What happened in the last episode? It's been a day or two. We certainly went to Orc 2. Oh yeah, I remember there was this shape like this. Yeah, okay. Yes, alright, so we're done with Orc, got it. And there was stuff on the shopping list, but... Oh yes, the Book of Frost, that's right. Maybe a Book of Conjurations as well. I'm going to take another look at these while I'm sort of in a fresh frame of mind and see if maybe I do want to pick one of these up now. The only thing I would really want in this book is basically Battle Sphere, which is pretty strong. I don't think I really do want it right now. I don't know. Like, Fireball is fine. I don't think we really need Battle Sphere. Training-wise, working on Blink, sure, makes sense. Spellcasting, why am I doing that? I remember being a little worried about the hunger of Fireball. I don't know, it's a little dubious to be working on spellcasting, honestly, but I guess why not? We haven't finished Dungeon 12. There was this whole mystery over here, which I guess we could now try to resolve. I need to pay a little bit of attention here. Just getting back into the character. I don't know. I'm sort of forgetting what exactly it is this character is up to and what my usual things. What's my bread and butter, my staples, right? There's this Yaktars. Okay, I don't like that place. All right, everyone, come down here, please. Oh, they're not coming. Demon Whip of Draining? No way! Get out! All right, we're putting the fire right here. Demon Whip of Draining, indeed. Fortunately, I think plants are like immune to draining. They are. All right. Yeah. So, but the Yaktar is easily the main threat in this area. Don't step in the fire, you idiots! Oh no, come back! They're running away. I gotta like juggle them. All right, run away over there. I'll just blink. Nope, never mind. I'll just blink across this. I'm miscasting it a lot. Oh great, there's the Yaktar. Ah, is this deep water? Oh geez. Okay, so he can't actually get out. I was wondering why he wasn't fighting my mushrooms, or wasn't chasing them down rather. And it's because the water he was across was deep water. Okay, White Ugly Thing can do a lot of damage. I have Berserkitis. That's not a big deal, I guess. Anyway, they can do a lot of damage, but we have, wow, really nice hit. Killed my mushroom real fast. What was I saying? They can do a lot of damage, but we have cold resistance and we have sticky flame. So I was not as worried about a White Ugly Thing as I usually am. We'll just put down Conjure Flame here. Oh, he actually stepped in it. I figured that was just going to buy me time to shoot at him, but no, he decided to die. There's something going on down here. I mean, we knew that already. But it just continues to get more and more mysterious. Let's get around the corner here. See what happens. Oh, we killed him. Good work, guys. Thanks. Yeah. So, by the way, remember I was surprised that wandering mushrooms are allowed to attack monsters out of line of sight, where most allies aren't allowed to. I remarked on, like, even the Hepleoculcana ally can't attack enemies that you can't see. So why can FeFE mushrooms do it? And the reason is, so temporary allies, things you can get unlimited supplies of for the cost of nothing but time, such as summoned monsters. That is stuff you summon with a spell. Or Hepleoculcana allies, which you have like an unlimited supply of, aren't allowed to attack stuff out of your line of sight. And smoke. Okay. Wow, they're hitting for 2 exclamation points. Good work, guys. Anyway, allies that you have an unlimited supply of aren't allowed to attack stuff out of your line of sight because that is too easy to abuse. Whereas monster or anything that you have a limited supply of, something that costs you more than just time, is allowed to attack anything, whether you can see it or not. So your Redalemnual allies, FeFE allies, all of these basically cost you piety. And as a result, you can't really abuse them by arranging for them to fight monsters while you can't see them. You can, but you risk losing your expensive, or at any rate not expendable, allies. So it's not like just free experience and kills. Stupid Death Yak drowned. So that sort of makes sense to me as an explanation for what seemed like a strange behavior to me. What is the... Okay, he's confused. The Death Yak... Oh, no, they were... Yeah, it is a Minotaur. And Yaktars. This is terrible. Right, so I have enough MP left for 1 Fireball, if that's what I decide to do. The fact that there are 3 rapier... 3 Yaktars. One of them's wielding a rapier, so I got a little twisted up. He has a Staff of Power, which is just like a terrible melee weapon for him, but okay. But so the thing is, I don't really think a Fireball is going to resolve this issue. So what I need to do is get out of here and save my MP for a situation where it's actually going to help. And while I'm running away, these guys will hopefully get a kill or 2. But I'm going to keep to the outskirts here so that they don't know where I am. Now, we've lost 1 mushroom and we've killed 1 monster. Fine. 2 monsters. Yeah, there you go. There's only 1 mushroom left now. Right? Maybe there's none left. I'm not getting any more guilt messages. So I think you don't always lose piety when one of your summon or plants dies. So they're clearly all dead by now, and we only got 2 guilt messages. I don't like an Eye of Draining that much. Okay, and that should finish him. Sadly, no corpse, so we can't restock on mushrooms. Deep Elf Mage, let's lure him, like, to be just around a corner like this, so we can get into melee range with him more easily. Okay, so there's still some monsters in that area in the southeast that we haven't really well, we haven't dealt with and we haven't formed a plan for dealing with either. Oh, thanks. I mean, the easiest plan is pretty obvious, is like just never go there again in your life, or at least not until we're a substantially higher level. Because a bunch of Yaktars and a Minotaur, like, that's serious business. Even one Yaktar is kind of an issue this early. You don't normally run into them until, like, Vaults, and we're just not ready to go to Vaults. So 3 Yaktars is out of our league. And with Wandering Mushrooms, you know, sometimes we could often handle them okay, but there's not exactly a compelling reason to do so. Yes. Look at them mushrooms! 8 ought to be fine. I was like, I started that sentence and I was gonna be like, 5 should be fine. You know, 6, 7, and I don't know. I realized that I want a lot of allies here. The other thing is, with a bunch of Wandering Mushrooms and fighting near deep water, we do have Confusion Drowning as a way to enhance, shall we say, our ability to kill monsters. Yeah, this guy just has a Staff of Power, which basically is just a club. Okay, yeah, I'll take it. And I will eat him. Anyway, I was saying we can, basically, if we fight monsters near deep water, the Wandering Mushrooms can help a lot by drowning them. Don't shoot him from that far away, please. Ow, 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 ow. Wow. Another Yaktar. Okay, so what can I do here? I can blink away, like with a scroll of blinking, that is. I don't think I would cast blink. That sounds very reckless. There's so many places I could land that would be worse than where I am. The other thing is I could step northwest followed by southeast. The main problem with that plan is that I might be dead after stepping northwest. Otherwise, I think if I were to go like northwest southwest rather, I would be out of line of sight of these guys. I could get behind a battery of Wandering Mushrooms. Geez, I thought in melee range I'd be doing okay, but it turns out A, that's not true, and B, there are more Yaktars. Scroll of Fear, that's another cool option, as is a Scroll of Fog. Haste obviously is cool, but I think I'm not sure I have time to invest in something like that, right? Because if you want to make 2 moves to get away from danger, it's cheaper to just make those 2 moves than it is to haste up and then make the 2 moves. It only starts to pay off after like 3 or 4 moves or something. I have like 2 things that are more important to do than anything else. Just get out of this crossfire. I'm not sure if fog is the right idea. I kind of think it's not. And of course, like, as a Felid, we do have the slight safety net that if I pick the wrong decision here and die, I'll come back to life. But it's still very, very dangerous to use up a life. Causes some serious issues, so I would like to avoid that. These guys have magic resistance of, like, not much, right? Yeah. So Fear would work pretty well. Interestingly, there's a book with Fear in it. As a Felid, with our magnificent hexing aptitude, I might even consider learning that. I didn't think about trying that from this book. We could train it up pretty quickly. It wouldn't be as effective as a scroll, but, I mean, not until you put a ton of spell power into it, which I don't think we're going to do. But, so I think fear is a pretty safe way to get out of this. Blinking would also work. The question is whether walking would work and whether fog would work. And I mean, fear is sort of a dice roll. Like, I could roll very low on fear and they could resist. It's not a guarantee, since they do have some magic resistance. I'm inclined to use fog because there aren't really that many situations where fog, like, I mean, fog is good, but for most of the game, especially as a conjurer ourselves, it doesn't help that much. I don't know. The other problem is that it's not necessarily going to instantly get me out of line of sight of the southeast Yaktar. But, well, okay, think about it this way. If we just walk northwest and then southwest, we'll get shot at probably twice, right? Once by each Yaktar on the turn that I move northwest. If I read a scroll of fog, I will get shot at by the Yaktar closest to me when I do move northwest. But I won't get shot at by the Yaktar farthest from me when I move northwest, because there'll definitely be too much fog in the way by then. But he might still get a shot at me when I read fog here. On the other hand, he might not. So instead of getting shot at certainly twice, I'm getting shot at maybe once, maybe twice. But also letting myself get meleeed by a Yaktar with a Staff of Power once, which I don't think is that big a deal. I think I'm going to try the fog. Okay, that's pretty bad. It's hard to see how we could come closer to death. Well, now what, huh? As I said, if we walk northwest, the furthest away Yaktar will not be able to shoot at us. Yeah, confirmed. There's definitely too much fog in the way. But the one closest to us will be able to get one more shot, I think. Conceivably, he might not get a turn because we walk in a little bit less than one full turn, but I don't think we should count on that. I think it's probably safest to just read a scroll blinking and lament the fact that we wasted a scroll of fog, basically. So I'm not actually sure. Can I... Oops. What? Hey, stop. Read. Blinking is on R. Yes. Go here. Something I'm not sure about is, can you blink on top of a friendly that would normally swap with you? No. What? Ah! Ah! That's... Okay, I really don't appreciate what the interface just did there. So, what happened was, I think, I read a scroll of blinking and I aimed it at a wandering mushroom and I hit enter. And I got no feedback about hitting enter, which made me think, okay, well, I can't blink onto him. Oh, what? It said, oops, there was something there already? And then it made me, like, blink randomly? Are you kidding? I should get some feedback about that being illegal. Alright, this is a debacle. Incredibly, we survived the turn because the Yaktar next to us missed. And the other Yaktar apparently didn't get a turn for some reason. I'm not sure what the deal is with that. Maybe he's reloading his crossbow. Sure. So we clearly have to get out of here, and I guess blinking is how we're going to do it. We can actually get all the way up here, and then out, just run. We're faster than a Yaktar, so we can get out. Oh my gosh. Yeah, and we are now without mushrooms. That is to say, not only are our mushrooms all dead, but we aren't allowed to make any more right now because we lost piety for getting them killed, which is not great at all. Well, we're not going back to fight the Yaktars. That was a mess. We wasted a scroll of fog, and then we spent a scroll of blinking due to our bad decision making about that scroll of fog. And then I would argue the second scroll of blinking that we wasted was not our fault. I think that was poor interface something. So what I'm going to do is put on my to-do list here. Learn add amalloy to check out blinking onto wandering mushrooms, and make sure that I can reproduce that behavior, and if so, fix it. Because that is lame as heck. Are we going to do the rest of dungeon before we head to a lair branch? I usually like to, so I'm going to at least try it out. We also don't really... Oh, what? They're all alive? I have mushrooms still? That's incredible. And there's still a Yaktar around. This is terrible. But if there's just one, I don't know, I can sticky flame him and then fireball the hell out of him. Yeah, get out of here. Okay. As long as I'm in melee range with them, it's not so bad. And a bunch of whites, not so welcoming. Either of these guys have pole arms? This one does, okay. It's important to check for pole arms because they change your tactical, whether you want to walk towards enemies or not. When they're one tile away and when they're 2 tiles away, whether they have a pole arm or not affects the decision. You don't want to walk... If there's a monster who is adjacent... Well, if there's a monster who is adjacent to you, obviously you can't walk towards him under any circumstances, except if you want to melee him. At any rate, you can't actually move towards him. This guy is a jerk. Okay, so we're going to be careful here in that we're just going to apply sticky flame indefinitely. Okay, he's confused now. I'm so glad that we got these 2 mushrooms back. I don't know how on earth they survived. I still want to figure out what's going on down here. More minotaurs, huh? The nice thing about sticky flame is that it ignores armor. Well, there's lots of nice things about sticky flame, but that's the one that's relevant right now against this heavily armored minotaur. If you could just fall in the water, honestly, that would be ideal. All right, he died not by falling into water, but It doesn't really matter how he dies to me. Oh, is this the entrance to vaults? That makes sense. Of course it is, right? It's just not not an entry that I'm familiar with. Papyrus of flying attacks. Bolt of fire! Yes, I want it. Yes. Let's put it on F? I already have Fireball on F. I kind of like... I like Fireball on capital F. I don't really know. Oh, how's Blink looking? I assume it's like fine. Yes. So we can turn this off. Turn this off. And get back to Conjurations and Fire Magic. And like, I know it's not optimal to train 4 skills at once, but like it's not bad enough that I care about it. It's like fine. Curiously, I haven't seen the vaults entry yet. Can I walk down there? No, it's deep water. Is there any way down there? There's not. Why does this exist? Let's blink. Yeah, I guess I should have known that this would put me way up here. And thereby confuse my mushrooms. Okay, great. Well, we got some piety back. All right, mushrooms, up here, please, guys. Yeah, here we go. Everyone find your travel buddy, or whatever, I don't know. And we have Bolt of Fire. That's a big confidence booster, I suppose. Oh, I bet you can't Sticky Flame him, can you? Oh, you can. That doesn't make any sense to me. Monsters that step in water, like the Sticky Flame washes off. You would think that monsters who literally are water would have a similarly okay time. Like for Simulacra, yeah, makes sense to me. Oh god, Simulacra hit hard. All right, the Simulacrum is down. There goes the white imp. Let's run upstairs and rest. Wait, didn't I have another mushroom? What was his deal? Why didn't he follow me up the stairs? What is this all about? Why is the floor over here red? Uh-huh. There's a bunch of fire. Okay. Why? Could buy a manual of fighting. Sounds pretty good. Sounds pretty good. Yeah, we're training fighting right now, and the more HP we have, the better. So I'm gonna go buy that immediately. And then I'll, like, I don't know, turn off dodging for a while to focus on fighting. Alright guys, you're gonna have to come closer if you wanna zap me with whatever junk. Stupid orc priests. Yeah, we have orc. We own it now. This is no longer a place for orcs to live. And let's focus fighting, turn off dodging. We'll even turn off conjurations temporarily. Just so that we can level out how much we're spending in conjurations and in fire magic while getting more into fighting to make use of the manual as effectively as possible. What is this? This floor is weird. Yeah, we got 1 pip of piety. What do? We use it. That's how this game works. But there's like a bunch of simulacra, and there's like fire everywhere and ice everywhere. I don't understand it. Something weird is going on down here in Dungeon 13. It must be some large vault, you know, whether it's an Encompass vault or what, I don't know. Yeah, I don't really want any of that. Oh, that reminds me, I have some scrolls to read. Yeah, and I'm going to continue FeFE to make a lot of mushrooms. I hope you're okay with that. I'm not going to save up my piety. They're still carrying pretty hard. Let's just read H here. Teleport? Thank goodness. Took you long enough. Okay, so that's a big relief, having teleport available. Is this guy immune to fire? Yeah. Having teleport available is just a big relief, as I kind of just said. Because it means we don't need to use like blinking or a life to get out of every situation. As long as we're a little bit proactive with our use of teleport. I mean, it's a big lifesaver. I know I've mentioned before on this channel the sort of canonically the big 3 wands that you want. Oh yeah, Bolt of Fire. Let's try it out. Pretty all right, I guess. Let's try again. All right, didn't work so well. Fireball? Yeah. The big 3 wands that you like sort of classically want are what the hell? This is like a very elemental themed floor of some kind. Yeah, I guess the imps should have clued me in too. You would normally not see imps this deep. They're just not a big threat, really. Let's hit him with a wand of slowing. Sure. I don't know exactly how much of a threat he is to my mushrooms. Turns out not very much, but wasn't sure. So anyway, big 3 wands you want. Heal wounds, haste, teleport. And it's like sort of obvious why you want heal wounds and haste, right? They're just like disgustingly good. But why teleport, right? It doesn't seem that great, and you have like scrolls of teleport already, more than you could ever really need, right? But I have had games where I don't have anything like enough teleport, and it is just like this game, right? I've had 0. Anyway, it is real bad to not be able to teleport, and it's great to be able to teleport somewhat proactively, right? And with a wand of teleport, you really can like typically teleport as much as you need to, which is great. It's nice to have just a generic, really good escape option that you have as much of as you need. With all this mist, this floor is bizarre. So I would love to find a wand of teleportation, but I am pretty happy with just having scrolls, honestly. Nice. Bolt of Fire does a fair chunk of damage. Fighting is at level 13. Alright, the thing is, Bolt of Fire also takes up a ton of my MP. So I can't just use it on like everything. The other thing is though, like, Blink is pretty good. Woo, see ya. Like, we let him get in melee range, we apply some Sticky Flame, and we bounce. But our MP is sort of a limiter here, which is, I don't know, it's fine. You know, I wish we didn't have any limiter, that we could just kill monsters indefinitely. But that's sort of unrealistic, of course. And it sort of makes me glad that we're training, well, we're not training spellcasting now, but we were. And, hey, what was that? Cataplepus, get out of here. Yeah, this is definitely some sort of elements themed floor. What was I talking about? Oh, and it makes me glad we have our Ring of Magical Power as well. There's like a centaur chasing us. Here he is. This is actually a lot of monsters. It's kind of too many. We can get adjacent to the Centaur Warrior, which should help a lot. And then we'll like Bolt of Fire him and the Demonologist a couple times. Alright. Bolt of Fire the Hippogriff and the Demonologist. Okay. Okay. Dungeon 13 has been exciting. Not as bad as Dungeon 12, honestly. You know what? We don't need to spend Bolts of Fire. It's just wasting our hunger. Which is not like a humongous resource that we're worried about, but we are sort of running a bit low. I think, although we didn't make much progress this episode, it took us a fair while. And as such, it's about time. It's about that time. Time for the episode to be over. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.